What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Ricky. I'm a former metal drummer. Today, reacting to Falling in Reverse's Last Resort Reimagined. Before we get into the music, please like the video. If you do happen to like it, subscribe. We're really close to 500 subscribers, which is insane to me. So thank you all for your support. And if you have any other suggestions you have for me that you want me to check out, I put them in the comments. I'll take a look at it and we'll try to get to them as fast as possible. This channel has been a Falling in Reverse reaction channel all of a sudden because they just keep coming out with new stuff. So we all know the song Last Resort by Papa Roach. Falling in Reverse has done reimaginings of their own songs, so I assume this is a very similar take on what Papa Roach did, so probably a little more ballad, a little more cinematic sounding is my first guess, but I don't want to waste too much time. I really want to listen to this. Falling in Reverse, Last Resort, Reimagined. 3, 2, 1, do it.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. This is my last resort. Cut my life into pieces. Erase my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even care if I die bleeding? Would it be wrong or it be right if I took my life tonight? Chances are that I might. Mutilation out of sight, and I'm contemplating suicide.
The amount of vocal manipulation that Ronnie has is absolutely insane to me. I know to kind of a casual listener of music, this doesn't sound like a whole lot is going on, but there is so much nuance in the kind of way that Ronnie pronounces certain words and the kind of way he bends kind of the rules a little bit. Like, it's not a very typical technical sound, but he has such a way of storytelling in these ballads that I cannot put my finger on. Obviously the instrumentation does a lot, and there's not, again, it's very stripped back, there's not a whole lot going on, kind of letting the kind of melodramatic feel vibe kind of take over with just the cellos. I think there's a couple of high strings as well that maybe I didn't see. But it's the exact same instrumentation that they used in The Drug and Me is Reimagined. So it's so intriguing that a band that is typically like Falling in Reverse obviously is typically a very like in your face metal, aside from Watch the World Burn, that was just Ronnie on a different planet, but it's usually just right in your face, like here's all the hard heavier instrumentation, and then they just come out with these reimagines like it's part of the band. It's unbelievable. Going back just a little bit.
Like tonight, chances are that I might. Mutilation out of sight, and I'm contemplating suicide. I'm contemplating suicide. 'Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me
Ooh.
I'm fine. I am fine. I never realized I was spread too thin till it was too late and I was empty within, feeding on chaos and living
Okay, there. That's the vocal manipulation. So, kind of he from the beginning of that particular verse, he was kind of in this upper register head voice slash falsetto area, and then it's like he changes his timbre completely into that lower register, into a completely different vocalist, but it's still his signature sound, and I don't understand, like, I don't understand the amount, like the ability to be able to do that just on a whim. It's absolutely amazing. This was better than I thought it would be already.
It was too late and I was empty within, feeding on chaos and living in sin. Downward spiral, where do I begin? It all started when I lost my mother. No love for myself and no love for another. To find another on a higher level, finding nothing but questions and devils. 'Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing is
Oh, there's like 4 layers of vocals in there, or maybe it's just I think it's only octaves, a lower octave and a higher one, but I don't know, it sounded like there were more vocals than maybe just those 2 octaves. Something I can appreciate about all the reimagines that they've done, and actually most of their songs I can accredit to this, where like the verse and the chorus are, like in the Papa Roach version, are very similar sounding, like the vibe of it is the same. You can tell the progression in the storytelling just in the amount of instrumentation that they add, the instrumentation that they remove, that you can sing the same words and same lyrics, you can have the same notes, but just by adding something and removing something, it gives an entirely different texture to how the song sounds. And I have always been a big advocate for this in songwriting, where because I was in a former metal band, or I was formerly in a metal band, we had a typical like writing style. We would have like opening riff, verse, chorus, but I always try to advocate that we have to change something in there, because the melodies are relatively going to stay the same, but something in the instrumentation, something in maybe a couple of vocal runs are a little different, something different to not so the listener expects exactly what you're going to do, which is why I think me personally, I have a tougher time enjoying pop music, because between choruses and verses, typically the sound is kind of stays in this pocket, which is fine for like, not relatability, but it's easier to comprehend as a listener, just by psychology. I'm not even going to get into the science of it, but it's like psychologically speaking, if you hear something over and over and over again, you're more prone to remember that. So I like that they just little changes here and there. All they did in that second chorus was add a kind of a, I don't know if there's a second keyboard or just a bigger string section in general, but it widened the entire spectrum of the sound just by adding whatever it was that they added, and it was only a couple of things. I can't go on without mentioning the amount of distortion that he can just turn on whenever he wants to is so good. Oh, sorry, I know, I just started it. I also cannot stress this enough, their music videos are unbelievably amazing.
I can't go on
I love the amount of like Easter eggs that they kind of put into these videos. I didn't mention it in the Watch the World Burn reaction, where most of the lyrics had references to previous songs that they had done. And I think my facial expression noticed them, but I just didn't actually talk about it. So obviously, if you watched the Watch the World music video, that ending scene where everything was catching on fire was the end of the video, and then so the end of this one, they healed it essentially, or rewinded it, rewound it. I can't speak. So they are very attuned to kind of the lore, I guess, of the music videos, and I can always appreciate that, how it all connects in some weird way. And so again, something I just appreciate about their songwriting is because they've done a couple of these reimagines already. They already did like a section with Ronnie full scream with not a lot of melodic content at some point in the song. This one, they kind of went away from that. They went more melodic screaming because it's a different texture. Because we've heard the other reimagines, now we're anticipating that there's going to be just a screaming section. But because he knows that we know that, meta, I guess, he decided to keep it more in the melodic part of it, and I again, I think I know where his talent boundaries are, and still he impresses me. And you would think at some point I have to learn my lesson. The guy is just immensely talented, and there's nothing else we can say, honestly. Like, the dude is just really, really good. And their compositional writing it's very, like, it's a perfect cinematic kind of song. Like, put it in a movie. I know the music video itself is basically a movie, but these guys are really good, man. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for the video for today. Again, if you did like it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. So close to 500 subscribers. Again, thank you all to have stuck out through this. You know what I'm trying to say. Until next time, guys, take care. I'll see you then.